one piece of advice that you could give a couple to, what would it be?
Just like about a relationship or
Mm-hmm.
life,
how to help their relationship be successful, whether they've been in that relationship long term or they just starting off.
I mean, of course, we would say communication, but going deeper into that is like not letting things muster and sit on you.
Yep.
So if there's a problem, you address it then, not 2 weeks from now, not 2 months from now. We've done a good job on, like, if we have a little tiff or a little, you know, something sideways, we're not bringing up something from 2 months ago. Like, oh, you remember 2 months ago when you didn't take out the trash, or I asked you to do this? We don't bring up things because we've already addressed them at that moment. So if it's still bothering me after we address it, we're still gonna keep discussing it until I mean, not necessarily is going to make either side happy, but we've discussed it where we're like, okay, I see your side, you see mine. We don't agree, but we talked it out and we're going to move on. So we've never, almost 10 years being together, never have brought up something from the past in any discussion, argument, tiff. We don't really have many arguments because we don't let it get that bad. Like, if we had 3 things to bring up from last month into this ordeal now, that's 4 things, is going to be an argument because you're arguing about so many things that you don't even remember why you were mad at a month ago, but you got to throw it in there to be spiteful. So when we have like a situation, we're only thinking about that one thing that just happened, not 3 things that happened a month ago. So that's like a huge thing that I think a lot of people need to do, even in friendships. Like, don't let things go months down the road. Go ahead and address it, even if it's something small. Like, I asked you to take out the trash this morning. The trash didn't get taken out in my time. Like, hey babe, like, I'd appreciate if you get the trash out next time. You know, then we'll discuss it. Him like, well, I was rushing to work or doing something. Like, you discuss it then that was a kind of an issue, because a lot of things like this is small things like that, or small things like putting up a dish or doing something, like those small things add up. It might seem dumb to even mention. Like, when he gets home, like, I might not need to say something about the laundry, say something about taking the trash out, but I do, and we do. You might tell me like, hey babe, I need my work shirt washed. Like, we're not going to wait to say something that was wrong later on. We're going to go ahead and address it, even if it's something small, because all the small things over the week and over the month add up. So when you have that one thing that really sets you off at the end of the month, then you're bringing up, you've got all these little things that have done irritated you. So even the little irritating things, just be like, you really irritated me today when you said this.
Yeah.
Then we address it then, and it's gone. Even if it's something little. A lot of people don't want to bring up things that are little because they think it's just nitpicky, but it's not, because it sits on you. And it's not even that you remember that in an argument that you're having now from a month ago, but it's just the irritating part of it keeps festering till you have that one big argument, and then you're so mad because of all these little things that you don't even really know why you're mad at. You're not even really mad at the argument that you're arguing now.
Yeah. And on that communication piece, I would say the same thing. And if there's a problem, you handle it now. Don't wait till later. And do not go to bed mad. Do not go to bed without discussing whatever it is, whatever problem it was during that day, during that time. You handle it then and there. That's one thing I can literally say I can pride ourselves on, is that we don't go to bed mad, because I personally don't want to wake up thinking about it. Even though I'm a person that can take it, we can talk about it, listen to each other, and then I'm good the next morning. She might be thinking about it that next morning, but at least we talked about it to where
we're not going to bed mad. We might not be going to bed agreeing on the topic, but I've heard his side, he's heard mine, because you're not going to agree on everything. It's not going to happen. We're not going to be like, oh, I get your side, I agree. or I understand. Like, we can understand each other's side. That don't mean we have to agree, but at least we're not going to bed with the anger or the not hearing each other out. Like, I didn't get to tell him how I felt, because he only, you know, told me how. Like, at least you told each other how you felt. We don't agree. And then, honestly, if you wake up the next morning and that's like the first thing on your mind and you can't stop thinking about it again, well, then it needs to be discussed again. Yeah. Like, just say, hey, I don't know why, it's still on my mind from last night, it's still bothering me. Like, do you mind if we discuss it one more time? Like, maybe we can talk it, maybe there's something else that you needed to get said that didn't get said. So even if you're thinking about it again the next morning, don't be like, oh, I don't want to bring it up again, but if it's just still festering in you, just go ahead and be like, hey, like, don't be mean. Don't be like, so last night again, you did this. Like, no, just be like, hey, what happened last night is still bothering me. It's still weighing on me. Like, can we sit down and discuss it? Like, I want you to hear a little bit more of, like, what I thought about it. And then he can hear me out and we can kind of go through it again. But it don't need to be an argument. It's just a discussion. Because we still might not agree, even if we talk about it the second, the third, the fourth, fifth time. We might never agree, but at least we're having understanding of each other's side. We were heard, and then we don't let it keep going.
There's really no need for cussing, and there's really no need for getting loud. As soon as you get loud or you cuss, I don't care what your vocabulary is. You can hold back from cussing. You hold back from being at work from cussing, or around your kids and stuff like that. Don't yell, don't curse. Eye-to-eye contact. Try your best to do that, and then that way that other person will, hey, I'm being heard. You got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. So use that to your advantage. And coming from a man, listening to my woman, that communication can go multiple ways. That communication through speaking, but that communication through hearing as well, and seeing. Because a woman knows what she wants, and she will show you what she wants without her even having to tell you, if you're picking up what she's putting down. But if you're not dialed in on her, if you're not loving her the way you should, if you're not giving her the attention that you should, then there's no way that you can get ahead of certain problems that might come up in the relationship. But not saying that you're gonna be perfect, man. We not perfect, even though we try to be perfect. I'm perfect.
I'm perfect. We're pretty close.
Yeah. But you just have fun. I mean, laugh all the time, cut up with each other, be human. Know you're gonna mess up, and don't try to be more than what you are, and try to oppress other people around you. And if you around people in that communication, if you're in a big group setting, you're out, and that communication, there might be a problem or something, it shouldn't be discussed right then and there. You should still have fun, do your thing. Then once y'all get back in the car, once y'all get back home, then that's when you handle your business. Then everybody else don't want to hear that. And then, like, for example, where was we at? Vegas, we was eating at the Japanese place where they was, and you had said something.
I said something rude to him.
And she didn't think twice.
I didn't know that he was mad at me for kind of came off really harsh. I don't remember what I said. I think I was hangry, ladies. Yeah. But I said something sideways to him, and he didn't say anything. Nobody knew anything. I didn't even know, because he held it in till we left, and he was like, all right, I don't appreciate the way you spoke to me. And we were in there, and I was like, oh my God, you were mad?
And maybe nobody else, she didn't know, nobody else even knew, but it could have just been in that moment, and I just heard, maybe I could have heard it wrong, whatever it was, but I had to let her know, so then it wasn't bothering me for the rest of the night, the rest of our business vacation in Vegas and stuff. So love each other, have fun with each other, communicate, love each other.
Don't take things too seriously.
Yeah.
Even if it's something the harsh said in the moment, like, just don't take it too serious.
Listen, see, you got 2 eyes, 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use it to your advantage. So then when you have to speak up, and say something and then communicate through your words, then the right things will come out, and then you'll be having a baby. All right, y'all, that's enough. We going to eat. We got steaks on the grill.